Welcome, everyone, to another great episode of Tea Time with Tommy. I want to introduce you a special guest, my very good friend, Sarah Taplin. Sarah, thank you so much for doing this.
Well, thank you for having me, Tommy. It's been a minute since I've seen you, so it's nice to come on.
It is so great to see you too, Sarah. Miss you. I'm so glad we haven't seen each other in so long, so I'm so glad you're down to do this. Thank you.
You know I got you.
I know. All right, so we'll get right into it. We're going to talk NFL because, guys, Sarah knows her football. So we'll start right into it. First topic, Sarah. Rob Gronkowski is officially a Tampa Bay Buccaneer with Tom Brady. What do you think of that move?
I think both of those men are so desperate for attention, and they're so desperate for another ring that they don't need and they don't deserve, in my opinion. And they're just, Gronk's a follower. He's not an individual. He's not a leader. He follows people, clearly, because he followed Tom Brady. And I think the only reason why they both did that is they think because Tampa is supposed to be hosting like the next whatchamacallit, I can't even think right now. Super Bowl. Not bad. Super Bowl, that's why they made that move. And I think it's stupid. Like, you look stupid. Like, there's no respect there. Like, and like, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan, and I know Aaron Rodgers would never dip out on his team just to try and win another Super Bowl where the Super Bowl is going to be. Like, it's just pathetic, in my opinion. They're both pathetic. I don't think they're great at what they do. I think they're all in it for the publicity, which is not the reason why I watch football or like someone in football. Like, I don't like people who are chasers of the media. So, yeah.
Oh, that's why I love you about you, Sarah. You're right to the point. You don't mince words. I have to say, though, yeah, okay, maybe Rob Gronkowski's a follower, but don't you think Tampa Bay are Super Bowl contenders now? They have a loaded offense now. Bruce Arians is the coach. Defense is solid. Like, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
They're a contender, 100%. But because they're a contender, and they were a contender before Tom and Gronk made that move, it just goes to show that's why they made that move. And it's like, that's all they want, and it's just pathetic. And then what are they going to do next year? Going to jump to the next team? Oh, what are they, LeBron James now? Like, sorry, pardon my language. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I'll bleep it out. Don't worry.
That's one thing about me is I cannot stand people who jump from team to team just to get another ring. Like, is it really that important? Is that all that you have in life? Is to try, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sad to me. Like, they're sad people.
Well, like maybe we don't know the behind the scenes there. Maybe Tom Brady was it sounds like reports are Belichick forced them both out. He forced Tom Brady out, and Rob Gronkowski couldn't really stand Belichick, so that's why he followed Brady to Tampa. You never know.
No, man. How many years has Tom been with Belichick? And, like, you can't listen to the media and all that stuff because everyone's going to have their own opinion and no one actually knows what the conversation was or anything of that, or even if there was a conversation. So I don't ever read media. I don't look into that stuff. I form my own opinion, obviously, but, like, at the end of the day, I don't really know what went on. You don't know what went on, and it's not my point to, like, judge what went on either.
Oh, good point. Good point, Sarah. You make a very solid point. On to the topic of the Patriot. The 2020 draft is happening tonight. So I apologize to the audience. Basically, this video will be uploaded after the draft, but, better late than never. So the 2020 draft is happening tonight. There's a big name. I don't know if you noticed the name, Sarah. You probably do. You're a big football fan. Tua Tagovailoa. I can't pronounce his name. But, yeah, go ahead.
I've never watched a college game in my whole life. And I know it's crazy. I've never watched a college game. Like, I just never have. I feel like being in Canada, too, like, that's just not something that we're accustomed to and not something that, like, we grew up watching. Whereas the States, I feel like that's their whole life is, like, football and, like, college and all that, which I think is amazing. And I wish Canada had something like that. I mean, we have hockey, but like boring.
But anyways, to make it quick, there's a person named there's Joe Burrow. He's a #1 draft pick. I'll make this quick, sir. He's basically the best player in the draft. He'll be drafted #1 by Cincinnati. Most people are saying that. The interesting is I can't pronounce his name. Tagovailoa from University of Alabama. Now he's supposed to go to 5th or 6th, but there's rumors are he might drop down to 10. He's the most mysterious draft pick. University of Alabama legend, quarterbacked them to the national championship first year. So he might drop down. Let's just say this. If Tua Tagovailoa can be the next New England Patriots quarterback, wouldn't that be good for Bill Belichick and the Patriots?
Yeah, I think it would be great for them. And like you have to look and see all the majority of quarterbacks who are really good, like Aaron Rodgers. I only pay attention to Aaron Rodgers, make that clear. Like they didn't go like top 5. So
dropped.
A lot of these good quarterbacks that like grow up to be amazing superstars don't go in the top. So like I think if he goes lower, the better for him, because then there's less pressure on him. He can actually develop his skills better in the NFL, because obviously the NFL is completely different from college. It's not the same field. It's not the same mindset. There's so many more different variables that play into effect. It's the only thing you're doing. So to not have that hype is a lot better for these quarterbacks, and for them to go lower so that they are unseen, so that they can develop and actually form an actual true quarterback that's going to withstand and like be a long-term person.
No, very good point, Sarah. So we'll be definitely stay tuned. Sarah and I will stay tuned into the draft tonight. Who gets what pick. On to the next topic now.
Wait. How are they doing the draft though? Is it because obviously social distancing and stuff. So like I'm curious at how like everyone obviously has to stay home, but even like with each team, like are they allowed to have like a group of 5 people, like you know what I mean, where they usually have like a group of people in a room and they call in, they're like, hey, I want this person, and then like you know what I mean, but they obviously can't do that. So how does that work? I'm curious. Like I feel like this draft is gonna take like 5 days. Like you have to communicate via like Skype, but you can't be in person.
No, it's a very good. I'm so glad you brought that up, Sarah. So what I read into the reports is they're going to do a virtual draft, most likely. So it's going to be like on some screen online, and you'll have like Roger Goodell in quarantine in his own home, announcing each draft through the phone. So
that's weird.
It's good. That's why you should stay tuned tonight, Sarah. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be on. It's ESPN, but we're affiliate. TSN is the affiliate. So on TSN, let's see how they do it. It could be I don't know, some robot on the screen. Who knows? Roger Goodell might be on the screen, and it's going to be a virtual draft. So something to really. I wonder who the Packers are going to draft. I don't know where they're ranked right now, but
you'll never know what the Packers are going to do, because they pull things out of their back pocket every single day. And it's like always so last minute with them. It's just like a random, like, oh my god, hey, like we just traded this person, now we got this person, and everyone's like, who the hell is that? But then they end up being like great. So there's something else. And with the new coach too, like
Matt LaFleur,
who knows what he wants to do, because this is his first draft with the team.
It is, and there are reports that they're going to go after a bunch of receivers, Sarah.
Well, they need it, because what receiver do we have? None. They all suck.
Devontae Adams. You guys have Devontae Adams still.
You can't have one person, because if you have one person, everyone knows, just trap that one person, and like those other people, like they're not going to do much. Yeah, they got like Lazard, who does one play every like 15 plays, or like this person, like you know what I mean? They need to get a solid group of at least 3 or 4 people that are solid. They all have the same skill sets. Well, not same skill sets, but like same level of play, so that there's no, everyone needs to know they need to watch that one person because the other 3 suck.
You're right. So stay tuned. It's going to be interesting. Guys. All right. We'll move on to the NFL and COVID-19 going on right now. Sarah, very question I need to ask you. Do you think that the NFL season is going to start on time in regards to this COVID-19 pandemic? Or do you think they're going to have to like cancel the season?
I think they're going to start on time, mainly because I recently just got into school in Chicago, and my school in Chicago is still starting July 6th. So if school is still willing to start July 6th, and it's in one of the cities where the NFL is, I don't see why they wouldn't start playing. They might not be able to do their preseason games, which I think is fine. They may just have to jump right into an actual season in September. But I don't think I think by September, like, it'll be fine. Especially the way, no offense, but like, Trump is something else. That man will get anything going if he really wants to, and I think he's on the verge of just letting, like, opening, well, he does want to open everything up. We can see all the media stuff, so I don't think there's going to be any delays with the season.
Okay, so so Sarah, yeah, so the NFL and COVID-19 is happening right now. Do you think the season's going to resume?
I think it'll be fine. I, like, from the bottom of my heart, I think it'll be fine. I think Trump is doing everything to open everything back up, and I don't think he wants anything to stop. And like, it's a couple months away. In worst case scenario, they won't be doing like preseason like games, which I think is fine, and they'll just start like September as is. I know, like, I'm supposed to be going to school in Chicago, and they're still starting July 6th. Even with everything going on, they're just going to do like online stuff until like the government says they're allowed to meet in person. But nothing's really stopping too much in the States as far as there. And like, you have to think, like, that's months away. And if you look at like Canada, for example, like, our stats are already on the verge of like dropping. Like, we're already leveling out. There's not a crazy amount of inclination in the charts and everything. And I also seen this other study where this person, I don't know who it was in China, there's like different strands of COVID, I guess, and the strand that Europe got is actually a lot more deadly than the strand that us in the States are getting, which I find is interesting. And maybe that's why we don't have as many deaths as Europe. I mean, there's probably so many more explanations, but that's one study that someone was actually looking into, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, very good points you brought up there, Sarah. So basically, you do believe the season will start ahead of time. There will be no problems with the start.
No, I just, based on the way the states are, I don't see a problem with it. That's just the way they work down there. And like, if you really think about it, the states live for football. Like, they live for football. So I don't see them really like trying to lose out on a season, because like, that's what they live for. So.
That very good point, Sarah. All right, so we'll now go on to the topic that you would love: the Green Bay Packers and their present situation. So the draft.
I feel like I should put my Aaron Rodgers jersey on right now.
Oh my God! Why didn't you have your jersey on?
Let me go put it on.
There we go! Yay! Sarah's got the Aaron Rodgers jersey.
So big on me. I feel like I'm swimming.
No, it looks great. Looks great on you, Sarah. So, all right, now you got your Aaron Rodgers jersey on. You're ready to go. So yeah, so like we said, the draft, they're gonna get a bunch of receivers, it looks like. What do you think the Green Bay Packers need to contend for the Super Bowl next year?
Receiver. That's all they need. They have everything else. They have an amazing kicker. Crosby is phenomenal. They have an amazing quarterback. Who else do they have? They've stepped up their defense a lot in the past couple of years. As long as those people stay and don't switch teams, I think their defense will be fine, especially with they're not brothers, but they're brothers.
The Watt brothers?
No,
that's all I know.
Actually brothers. They just call them the brothers. That's sad. I can't remember people's names.
You know this more than me. You know this more than me.
I know, and Zadarius and shit, eh?
You're the Packers fan. I don't even know. Don't worry, sir. I don't know either. Yeah, you're right. They just need receivers, right? That's
Yeah.
basically.
I mean, they could use like a veteran DB because their DBs are all like young little pups, like they're fresh off like the little boat there, the college boat. So they could use like a DB that actually has experience because they don't have anyone with like true experience. And I think if they were to get to the Super Bowl, I think that's something that would actually hurt them because you got to think like the Super Bowl is a different game than every single game in the season. It's not the same. It's not played the same. It's completely different. So if you have people who have, first off, never been, second off, don't have any like experience with like the mindset that you need and all that, it's going to be tough for them to like kind of go against a team that is stronger in that sense. So like,
Oh,
use like one. I'm not saying get a bunch, but I think that doesn't relate to the draft. It's more or less just trading someone to get someone who has experience. Like Sherman, for example, like he has so much experience, and he would be someone that like someone in the similar sense to him to like kind of ground the DBs and like be like the leader of them because they don't really have a leader for DBs. If that makes sense.
yeah, absolutely. So, do you think? Well, do you think the Packers defense is pretty good right now? They seem to have some holes in the secondary, but do you think they're good enough to compete next year with their defense?
I think their defense is good. Well, it's like it's okay. I think they could get like their defense is so wishy washy. I'm sorry. They're just not great with defense.
Oh, be honest. Yeah, this is tea time. You can be honest, Sarah. What you think?
Yeah, they struggle in that department. I won't lie. They struggle. They struggle to keep people on their defense, and they struggle with defense. And like from the bottom of my heart, I don't think it has to do with anything necessarily with their D line or linebackers. I think their D line and linebackers do a good job. It's their DBs. Like they just don't have good DBs. And when you don't have good DBs, guess what every other team can do? Throw the ball down the field easily.
No, like that's so true. I've actually forgotten. I'm so out of the loop. You know this more because you're a huge Packers fan. Their linebacker. He's now currently he was with the Rams. Forgot his name. He's
Yes, Preston, the Smith brothers. I remember Zadarius and Preston Smith.
oh okay. So it wasn't the Smith brothers. It was. Do you know what I'm talking about? That guy that.
Clay Matthews.
Yeah, yeah. Like was he old? Was he too old to play for the team anymore? That's why they got rid of him. Because he was very good with the Packers.
The one who looks like Thor, Clay Matthews.
Yeah, the guy looks like Thor. Yeah.
Okay, so that Clay is actually the reason why I picked Green Bay Packers as my team years ago. And Clay is getting like a veteran in the league, but I think why they got rid of Clay is just because he wasn't performing like he used to anymore. He was constantly injured the last season, 2 seasons that he played with Green Bay, and for them, it's a lot of money to be putting into someone that's injured when they need good people now because their defense was so shitty.
Yeah, it's one of those enigmas for the Green Bay Packers, sir. And let's get to the bad man himself, Aaron Rodgers. Like, how many more years do you think the window's open for him? Like, this guy has been carrying the Packers on his shoulders. How many more years does this guy have left?
Oh, he has so many. I think why I say he has so many is because he has a characteristic that a lot of people don't have. Like, well, the way I see it, at least. Like, I see him, like, he loves competition. Like, that's one of his favorite things. He doesn't necessarily play for, like, obviously he gets paid a lot. Like, we're not going to not say he doesn't get paid a lot, because he does get paid a lot, and, like, that's great, he gets paid a lot. But I think for him, and, like, things that I've read, like, he enjoys more the competition than the money that he gets out of it. And I think when someone truly genuinely enjoys something like that and it's like a hobby for them and it's something that they just love to do, they can withstand staying in something a lot longer than someone who just does it for the money because they don't have that connection. And like you can even see that like when you have like a job, like if you have a job that you see it as a job and you don't see it as like something that you love to do and stuff, it's a lot harder to stay doing that job than it is to keep doing it just because you love to do it.
No, that's a good point. I just want him to win another ring, Sarah, because like the man.
Me too. Well, first off, I just want to meet him so he can sign my jersey.
Hey, maybe someday, Sarah, it's gonna happen.
Hey, when I move to Chicago, I will be there. I will. I don't know. I'll find a way to get my jersey signed.
Because they play each other every year, don't they?
They do. They come to Chicago every year.
I'll come down and visit. We can catch a game.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get a media pass for us.
Hey, maybe I'll do my clinical placement with the Bears, and then I can just be there.
Oh, there you go, and just get that jersey signed. He would be glad to do it. He'd be glad to do it for you. I have to ask about the coach, Matt LaFleur. You did a great job last year with Rodgers. Do you think this guy can bring a title to Green Bay?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think the way him and Rodgers work together, it's like there's not one overpowering the other. And I think that's a relationship that will do well because they can both kind of say what they want and they both see it from two different perspectives and then make the best choice from the two different perspectives. And he doesn't step over Aaron at all. He understands that Aaron's the game. Like, let's be honest. Aaron's the game. Aaron decides at the end of the day what he wants to do because he has the ball. Like, even Matt could be like, hey, let's do this play. But Aaron's the one on the field looking at all this. So at the end of the day, it's up to him. And I think Matt respects that and understands it. And I think being younger as well, they can become more connected to each other, if that makes sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense, Sarah. I have to ask you, where do you think the Packers will be at the end next year? Do you see them Super Bowl or?
I think it depends on who. I don't think it matters on the draft because the draft kids take like a couple years to actually mature and get good at the game. I think it depends on who they trade and who they sign off free agency. I think that's going to determine where they stand because if they don't make any moves and they don't sign anyone new or any new veterans, then I don't see them winning this year. I think that they will need like a year or two to develop those people and then they might win. But then you have to think about who, like, there's so many obstacles, but I think if they don't do a good job in free agency and trading, then they won't. No.
Very solid points from the ultimate Green Bay Packers fan, Sarah Taplin. There are great points you made. So I don't know if you know about this, we always end the show with like a fun trivia with all my guests. So this is going to be about the Packers.
I'm nervous. I don't know any trivia stuff, so don't ask me trivia.
No, I'll make it good. And you're a huge Packers fan, so you're gonna.
Let's hold up. Sarah is an Aaron Rodgers fan.
or Aaron Rodgers fan.
Sarah
so
doesn't know anything about the Packers before Aaron Rodgers stepped foot on that team.
You're gonna do great. Trust me. These are gonna be questions you will get. You'll be the first 5 for 5 person.
Tommy, can I use Google?
I can't stop you, but like hopefully. Don't cheat. All right. Don't cheat. Okay. Here we go. You ready?
No.
Top 5 questions for the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. Starting.
I'm nervous.
Don't worry. First question is, where do the Green Bay Packers play? Home stadium.
Green Bay.
No, what's the stadium called? Oh,
Lambeau.
There you go. What? 1 for 1. Look at that, guys.
Of it, okay?
1 for 1. Okay. So you got the first one, Sarah. Number 2. This is going to be, but I think you'll get it. You'll definitely get it. What university did Aaron Rodgers come from?
LSU.
No.
I don't know. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the one in the? It's in California. It's the same. It's in San Francisco, right?
No.
It's by the 49ers, or he wanted to go to the 49ers.
I'll give you that because you said California. It's the University of California in Berkeley.
UCLA or whatever.
No, this is California University.
What?
I'll
Why
give
do
it
you for like a big school?
That is a big school. Division one.
The only thing that's big is LSU.
Oh, okay. This is the third one, and you
don't know anything about college, so.
Yeah, you got it. You said, I'll give it to you because you said California. So you get 2 for 2.
I don't even know what LSU is.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. Who was Aaron Rodgers' favorite target? I'll give. There's 2 of them, but if you get one.
Oh, the blonde kid. Hold on, let me think of his name.
Goodness, you got him, but you don't know the name.
Hold on, I gotta think. Well, he hasn't played with them for a minute. Oh my god, why can't I remember this? I'm bad with
always names. Mentioned him about him. You always mention about
the blonde kid.
It's not Clay Matthews, ladies and gentlemen. That's not what Sarah's
thinking
about.
No, we know it's not Clay Matthews. It's the blonde kid. Frig, what's his name? I can like picture him. He looks like a typical blonde white boy.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you his initials. You should get this now.
Yeah.
JN.
Why can't I remember his name for the life of me? Jordy Nelson!
3 for 3. Could you, Sarah, become the first 5 for 5?
I'm honestly more a visual person than like a name person. So like I could literally like picture him in my head, but I just didn't know his name.
No, that's it. That's 3 for 3. Sarah, you are doing an amazing job. So here we go. Question number 4. What year did Aaron Rodgers deliver the title to the Green Bay Packers?
2013.
One more guess. No, it's not 2013. I'll give you one more.
Wait, what? Didn't they win in 2013?
It was 2011.
They didn't win in 2013? Who won in 2011?
Can you Google it right now? Just Google it real quick.
I thought they won in 2013.
I don't 2011. Go ahead and Google it real quick. Google it real quick. That's 2011, is it?
Maybe. I don't know. Who won in 2013? Yeah, it was 2011. Who won in 2013? Who was I watching? I watched that. I know. I can tell you that. 2013. Who won? I think it was Baltimore. Did I watch that? I don't know.
It's okay. You got 3 for 4. It is okay. It is all good. Okay. I'm gonna ask you the last question, and you should get it. It's practically like, come on, it's clear. Who was the coach? No, sorry. Who was the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers with Vince Lombardi? The quarterback with Vince Lombardi.
Number 4.
That's Favre. That's Brett Favre.
Yeah, number 4.
Who's number 4? What are you talking about?
Wasn't
he wore number 4. He wore number 4.
Didn't he?
I think so. I don't know his number, but I know he was.
Let me Google that one. I told you, like I'm not good at. No.
Okay, I'll let you go. So, you got 3 for 5. That's good.
Number 4.
What's his name?
Brett Favre.
No, for Vince Lombardi, not.
Wait, what?
Who was the quarterback for Vince Lombardi?
I don't even know who Vince Lombardi is.
Look, he's the greatest coach ever. All right, that's all good. That was Bart Starr. Bart Starr was the quarterback. Huh? It was Bart Starr, the quarterback. You know what? That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair for you. Okay, you know what? I'll ask you this.
Born, and I was not a lie.
Because
can I have a bonus question?
I'll get you a bonus question is, to those people, what do you call with those things on their heads?
Cheese heads.
There we go. Okay, great job. How long did that take? 5 minutes. All right, Sarah. I'll give you the 4 out of 5. So you know what? You did great. You did fantastic, Sarah. I want to thank everyone, my great dear friend Sarah Taplin, for coming on with her Aaron Rodgers jersey. Sarah, do you have any final thoughts? Any final thoughts? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
I think we should do a trivia one.
Next time?
That I will lose on. It'll be okay.
Well, how about this? Next time you come on, we each give each other NFL trivia questions, and we have like a.
No. We just need to do normal trivia because your girl don't know NFL like that.
Joe Montana. Everyone knows Joe Montana. Oh man. Anyway, I want to thank Sarah. Do you want to give a shout out to the viewers if you like? What Instagram handle you have so people can check out your stuff?
First off, shout out to my dad. He cheers for the worst team in the NFL. Shout out to you. Hope your team loses. Oh, they probably will, Dad. Don't worry.
Bengals?
Who?
That's not any Bengals?
No, cheers for the Patriots. Moving on.
They will be the worst team now. Yeah, they will be the worst team this year now.
Well, if he's a bandwagon jumper and he jumps onto Tampa Bay, I will have no respect for him. So, Dad, if you're listening to this, do not bandwagon jump. Stick with your Patriots. We don't like the Patriots, but stick with them. Maybe you can bandwagon jump to Green Bay if you really want to. I'll give you that. But anyways, yeah, that's my only shout out to my father and my grandfather, because my grandfather will cheer for the Green Bay with me. He doesn't like the Patriots. Shout out to you, Grampy. And my Instagram is SARTAPLIN. My name is not Sar or Sarta. No, it's Sarah. I just have my Instagram handle as Sar. Yeah.
All right. Oh, hey, Sarah, thank you again for this. Coming on out of your busy schedule. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And guys, thank you for joining us for another great episode of Tea Time with Queen. Tea Time with Queen. All right. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you for having me. So much fun. Let's do this again.
We'll do it again.
I hope everyone gets my energy, all this happiness and smiling in these hard times. Sorry, I don't know why I just put my hands. But make sure you guys all smile. Enjoy life. I know it's shitty right now. We're stuck inside, can't do anything. But just look at the positives. Do things that you love. Watch Tommy because we're hilarious. So, like, why not? Have a good rest of the week, guys.
I don't know how I'm going to edit 30 minutes, but yes, take care, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Take care, Sarah.